And people with 12 years of higher education will give written instructions that say one thing, and the written instructions actually make sense.
That's true.
And then verbally will say something that's diametrically opposed to the written instructions and doesn't make any sense. And when questioned on it, will stick with the crazy thing that was just said.
Even though it's dangerous.
Even though it's dangerous and quite obviously dangerous.
That's true.
It's like, well, what you just said doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't fit the fact pattern, and it sounds dangerous. Are you sure? Oh, yes, I'm sure. Oh, okay. Get away from that person.
Yeah.
But it isn't just that person. That's the point. It's
Right.
everybody. The soup of lies has become so thick that it's impenetrable now that the divine delivery system has shut down, and the fans that used to blow the lies offshore, so to speak, are no longer
Right.
blowing.
That's true.
What now? How may we take the next step forward? What now in order to provide a collective restart? We can tune.
That is true.
The needs of the greater good matter more than the needs of individuals and groups. The needs of the greater good matter more than the needs of individuals and groups.
Our Luce is getting upset. He has an upset feeling.
What's wrong? Continually separate 50% most true from 50% least true, and right away burn the 50% least true. And I can feel the upsetness and feel what you're saying, but what you're saying isn't true.
No, it's all tangled.
It's all tangled up. So take that whole thought and burn it, and if there is truth in it, it will fall like golden nuggets to the floor.
That's
Whatever
true.
truth is contained in that, when you burn it with the intent to burn that which is untrue, the gold will fall out. And it's the quickest way to get to what's actually true, is just burn the whole kit and caboodle and watch what drops down as golden nuggets. Come on, let's do it. Merge, burn. There is a golden nugget. It's a small little statue looking thing.
Yeah, like the size of a thumb.
Yeah. But all the rest of that wasn't true. And so now you have it. Now let's burn more. Take in the next
big
batch
lump
of confusion, burn it, and get the whatever's true to condense out of that.
I don't know if there's anything true in this one.
I don't think so. I think it just goes on. Whew. Well, that was useful. Now let's bring in the next batch of confusion and burn. There's little powdery gold flakes.
That's true.
Catch them in a bowl. Now let's bring in the next batch of confusion and burn it. And now bring in the whole life. Bring in your experience of sentience. Burn the whole thing. Get a big tarp or something to collect all that's true, and burn everything. And then you'll be left with what's true in your life. What's true in your experience of sentience. Now let's right away start doing the work while we continue to burn that which is least true. Continue to separate 50% most true from 50% least true, and right away burn the 50% least true. And he says, what if we run out of untruths? I don't think that's likely to happen. No worries, there's a continual barrage of untruths incoming.
That's true.
What do I know? I know that attitude is important, and this attitude of I don't want to do it and you can't make me is really harmful, and that was flaring in our experience this morning. I don't want to do what the situation quite obviously calls for, and you can't make me. And that's true.
That's true.
That's true. We can't make anybody do what the situation calls for. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. Let's magnetize screens for that which is actively unhelpful to the search for truth efforts. There's a surprising amount.
A large amount. Running screens
for that which is actively unhelpful to the search for truth efforts into the base of thing 39, which to the thing 39, the abused child, it will simply feel like an influx of energy. This
That's
is
true.
traditional shamanic healing.
That's
Is
true.
grab soul energy, any soul energy, and put it into the person who's suffering.
That's true.
All right. This
Screaming
child
out.
might live in a war zone.
Might. And it's somewhere really hot. Or at least the child is hot right now.
The child is hot. But it seems to also be a war zone.
That is true. Going again for the dirty diaper, feeling at the top of the pillar.
Oh, that's a good
pulling
idea.
it up. Wow. It's so heavy. Basic thing 39. I was thinking, wow, these screens that I'm pulling up through the pillar feel really heavy. And then I went for the top part.
It's
like,
like
oh,
solid.
I didn't know what
Solid.
heavy was.
Lift off the whole frisbee.
That's true. Oh, thank you, throwing it behind. Screening out all that is actively unhelpful
Actively.
to the search for truth efforts. Because if you misheard it, other people could mishear it.
Oh,
Right.
They are
Mishearing it.
Ah, that's what that was about.
Right.
They're pretending
Right.
that they
Oh,
can't
I'm
hear
not
it.
unhelpful.
Right, yes you are. You're actively unhelpful. That's
to
what we're
the
screening
search for
out.
truth
Friends, pay attention to this. What we're screening, our intention is to screen out that which is actively unhelpful. And you are being caught on those screens, meaning you are being actively unhelpful. And so this, I would think, would be good information for you to have. If your intention is to be helpful and you get caught on a screen of someone who is actively unhelpful, that would be good information to have.
Oh, wow, now they're so angry. They were doing that thing where they're like, good for you. You kick out that riff-raff little people. You get rid of those bad guys.
Until the screen got to you, and then you're saying, what?
How dare
Actively
you?
unhelpful. Actively unhelpful to the search for truth efforts. You are if the screen is picking you up. I'm just
I'm
running
not
a
saying it is,
screen
yeah.
for that which is actively unhelpful to the search for truth efforts. It's hitting on your butt.
That's
Therefore,
true.
you are actively unhelpful by definition. You are actively
Be
unhelpful to the search for truth efforts by definition. I'm not the one making the determination. The screen is magnetized for active unhelpfulness, and
That's
it's
true.
hitting you.
That's true. The base of things.
And the fact that you want to argue with that inconvenient reality proves that you are, in fact, actively unhelpful. Can you see it? Your reaction proves that it's true.
That's actually true.
Let's see if we can get any sense of what's going on in Thing 1, because there could be disasters unfolding.
That is true.
There's still airflow coming through here. There is a portal starting to open somewhere.
That's true, and there's even like a little pinhole.
Yes, and so to Jack, if that's where we're supposed to go through that pinhole. I see that the road is not going through there. Go through the pinhole. Go through the pinhole.
He's saying, I want to go through that pinhole, and it feels like he actually does be saying, I don't think any of these people will follow me.
What difference does it make? Be willing to do it yourself. Assume no one will follow you. Assume no one will follow you.
Oh.
Go back and forth through the pinhole until the pinhole opens wider.
Oh, he's okay with that.
Assume they're not going to. That is
Oh.
our working theory, that no one will follow.
Oh,
Do the work ourselves.
now he feels a lot better.
Right, just do it.
It was like he was spending so much time saying, come on, everyone, through the pinhole, and everyone was going, no,
I'm a coward.
No, I'm not going through the pinhole.
They're not saying it in those words so
Right, of
clearly, but that's
course
what they're
not.
saying. No, I'm a
Yeah.
coward. No, I'm a coward.
Yeah,
Right, we understand that you're cowardly.
that's true.
So now we do it ourselves.
We do it ourselves.
Meanwhile, in the upper reaches of Search for Truth Thing 1, the conductor seems to still be going up with a better attitude now.
That's true.
He never would have believed it in 1,000 years, I think is what he's saying.
Yeah.
That there's no working divine delivery system in all of those levels, and that there are people drawing red herrings across the trail, people
true.
attempting to actively divert a search for a working divine delivery system.
That's true.
That's the part that he wouldn't have believed. He said he could believe that there wasn't a working system, but what he never saw coming is the active attempts to dissuade someone who is in the search for a working divine delivery system.
That's true.
Right, it catches us by surprise too from time to time, but this has just been going on for so long that it doesn't surprise us in the big scheme of things. It's good for him to see this, just as it has been good for all of us to see that all of us put together can't get one sorry humanoid on a backwater planet in an average universe to just stop doing things he isn't supposed to do and start doing things he is supposed to do.
That's true.
But we've seen it now and we know it to be true. I would really like to check with Kosa.
Yeah.
She seems to be in Greenpeace.
Yeah, that's true. She's in Greenpeace. On the floor.
Not quite what you're supposed to be doing. That's not quite what you're supposed to be doing.
She's looking at it too small or defining it too small.
We know that when we're doing what we're supposed to be doing properly, the hills will crack open like eggs.
Yes, that's true.
And they will release their resistance to the concept of the needs of the greater good mattering more than the needs of individuals and groups.
That's true.
That's what's gone awry in the Nature Realms programs. Nature Realms presences live to their programming very well.
That's true.
And what's been missing from the Nature Realms programming since inception is the concept of the greater good. The needs of the greater good matter more than the needs of individuals and groups. And the second generation Nature Realms presences operate far more effectively than the first generation Nature Realms presences, but we have got to repeatedly
That's true.
tune to this new greater good program, because overcoming an established program, it doesn't happen in a single generation.
No, that's true.
Probably doesn't happen in 5 generations. It might take
true.
50 generations, 100 generations. I don't know how many generations. A lot.
A lot. And there it is.
I just want to make sure that Kosa's okay. I mean, we're closing and we don't have completion here.
Oh, I thought they were here.
But they're not supposed to be here for another hour and a half. They said 10 o'clock. Do you want to go check quickly?
Yeah, let me go run.
Okay.